Yeah, oh no, we most certainly can.
All right.
No, the smile wasn't good.
It was great. It just caught me off guard.
I figured I would smile at
No,
everybody.
it was great. It was right on cue. It even caught me off guard. I was
Welcome
like, okay.
back to Let's Have a Real Conversation.
Is that you introing?
Oh my gosh. That is not my job, by the way. I'm Dashing D.
I'm JD. And this is the Let's Have a Real Conversation podcast.
Yay! Woo!
All right. I like it. High energy today.
Trying something new.
I like it. Let's
tired.
go. You tired? Where's your sugary drink?
Yes.
Sugary drink. We got sugary drinks today.
Woo!
I mean, you could tell what yours is. I'm going to try to keep my logos off the screen. Yeah. I mean, even though they're straw, kind of. Mm-hmm.
Chris does the work, you know.
He trying not to get fired.
He's trying not to get fired, but episode 10, y'all.
Oh man,
episode 10.
He gonna surprise you. Episode 10. Watch.
Listen, he didn't do anything special today. He just showed up. He just showed up with the sugary drink.
That's good enough for me.
You know,
I'm not a high maintenance person. If you bring the sugary drinks, I'm cool with that.
I guess. I mean, he didn't bring a new idea. He didn't bring, anything else.
Oh, you want him to bring sugary drinks and be innovative.
I mean, listen, it's hard to get good help around here these days. I'm just saying.
Poor
so
Chris. Everybody hates Chris. It's too soon.
Too soon.
We'll wait. Right. All right, so we left off last time talking about the Grammys.
Yes.
So we should talk about the Grammys.
And we're going to talk about that other thing, but after
we
talk about the Grammys.
You got to wait just a little longer.
A little bit longer.
Just a smidge.
Longer. Yeah.
So the Grammys happened. Kanye did not perform.
I did not watch it. Like I said I would.
Well, I wasn't going to snitch on you, so.
I'm just talking because I have next to nothing to offer to this conversation, but I'm here anyway.
All right, well, I got some thoughts, but let's recap. So who's important for the culture? Who won? Kanye.
Kanye won. All right.
Kanye won 2.
I have the list over here.
Holler.
Okay. Record of the year. Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open. Album of the year. John Baptiste.
Mm-hmm.
We Are.
Mm-hmm.
Song of the year, Leave the Door Open, Silk Sonic. Skip that one. That's not really what we do here. I'm skipping all the really poppy people that
That's cool. We don't fuck with them anyway.
We're not concerned.
I mean, I know one I'm excited about. That one.
Which one?
Jasmine.
Oh yes, Jasmine Sullivan won for Hotels.
She sure did.
Well deserved.
Yep.
Well deserved. Yep. Oh, Doja Cat featuring SZA. They won for Best Pop Duo / Group Performance.
Is that the one that was a tie? No, Jasmine was a tie.
Was Jasmine's a tie?
Jasmine won 2, if I'm correct.
Okay, wait.
I know someone was a tie.
I'm getting
and
there.
You can guess who the other person
Olivia
was.
Rodrigo.
She's a Disney person.
I don't know who she is, but she won.
They spoke about her. Yeah, they spoke about her on the Joe Budden podcast, and they said that Parks was saying that she came up through Disney, and now she does like pop music on her own.
That must have been after I stopped watching Disney, because I was watching the Disney Channel well into my 20s. I'll admit it, but your girl is pushing 35 now. Just they don't hit the same way anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who she is, but they say Park said it was a really good album. He said Rem put him on. For those who don't watch the Joe Budden podcast, this is not an ad, but Joe,
you are just plugging this podcast now, and
just saying Joe.
That's not what we do here either.
All right. Well, anyway, so Park said it was a good album. I'll leave it there.
Okay, so you're right. It was a tie. Best R&B performance for Jasmine Sullivan for Pick Up Your Feelings and Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open. But Silk Sonic won so many awards. Why did it have to be a tie? Why couldn't they just say Jasmine Sullivan breaks the tie? Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing that I started to think about with award shows. We know nothing is... Could you leave my sequence alone, please? We know nothing is above board, right? We know that things are kind of rigged. My thing is, we could complain about how things are rigged, but I think that sometimes you can rig in good faith, right? So I do think you can. Meaning, if it was truly a tie, and you know that Silk Sonic was about to sweep all their categories, give it to the other person. Why not? Who does that hurt? Everybody wins.
They don't want everybody to win.
I know that, but I'm just saying, I think there are those moments you can bend the rules a little bit, because I'm sure they're bending the rules anyway. Does that make sense?
It does.
What do you think?
I'm getting there. I needed a little sugar for this.
Right.
All right.
Oh, wait. Are we done with...
I was going to respond to the tie.
Okay, the tie.
Allegedly, it goes on a voting system.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, allegedly, the votes were split. Thus, the tie. I never heard of a tie before.
I've never heard of a tie before either,
I
and I don't understand why Silk Sonic deserved to... But that's my point. If there was a tie...
Just let Jasmine have it?
Just let Jasmine have it?
Yeah, but then you got to see... But then this becomes label politics. So, what label... And I know this is... I mean, it sounds messy, but this is kind of the game. So, what label is Jasmine signed to? Jasmine is signed to RCA.
Okay.
The people who win Grammys are not at RCA.
Oh.
Now ask yourself, who is Silk Sonic signed to?
Atlantic.
And there it is.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Atlantic/Warner.
I get what you're saying.
So
I hear you. I just
it's like you can have one.
Like it's fucked up.
You can have one, but the squad still got to clean up.
But the squad did clean up, regardless of whether they got that particular award or not. They still cleaned up. That's what I just... None of it is okay.
To me, it's whack as fuck.
Yeah.
Silk Sonic is definitely some industry plant shit. The album was not super hot fire. Those two are super creative.
I didn't listen to the album. All I know is Leave
it's
the
a
Door
smooth
Open.
Listen. No, it's listen. Let me be clear.
The other song that plays on the radio, I just didn't listen to because I don't care.
Bitch.
I don't give a shit. No, being honest, I just don't. That's not.
It's called Smoking Out the Window. Sorry.
Oh, right. Smoking out the window. Yeah. Yes, I've heard that. Maybe once.
It's a good record. It's just funny that every verse starts with, "This bitch got me."
Yeah.
And then they list all the shit that this bitch got him doing.
But I just... Yeah.
Also, I don't know too many singers who could get away with starting every verse with this bitch.
And Bruno is...
I mean, just saying.
Anderson .Paak,
listen, Anderson .Paak, and Bruno Mars are super talented.
Of course, yes.
But that's part of the problem with this album. The album is a smooth listen. They're trying to do like a 70s sound, but it lacks funk. It's super clean, and it's just not the most creative thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you take two super creative people and lock them in a room or lock them in a studio for however long this took, I would think you get better records than Skate.
Well, then they probably, but if you think about it, is it not a cheat code? Like they already it's already packaged. They probably don't have to do a whole lot, in terms of creativity. It is what it is.
But that's what makes it. That's what makes it whack.
There's nothing to innovate. There's nothing to create, so to speak, because they're honestly using something that already worked.
Yeah, but that's what makes it whack.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm simply saying.
And my thing is,
what's happening here.
If this album came out and it was like, I know we're not supposed to talk about this guy, but when Best of Both Worlds came out, it was a big deal and the culture felt it. I'm just being honest. I know we were in high school.
We don't talk about
Bruno?
No, we talk about Bruno. We just don't talk
No,
about
that's the
that.
Encanto song.
I know that's the Encanto song, but we can actually talk about Bruno. We cannot talk about that nigga.
I know.
Okay, just making sure you know. No, because you found a way to squeeze him in, and I gotta stop you right there. We will not talk about that man.
All right. Well, it was a collab album.
Him and his nasty ass.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that.
I know. Okay, all right. I'm sorry, triggered.
My point is, when that album came out, even when the second one came out, that didn't do so well because of the beef that went on during the tour.
Right. I remember. Listen,
those albums were huge.
Fan. Okay.
And they did a lot to the culture.
Yeah.
There weren't no Grammys.
Oh, it happens all the time.
But my point is, so look how creative, innovative, and big that was.
Right.
I don't see the culture reacting that way to this.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear you.
It looks like the label said, hey, we put a lot of money behind this. Mm-hmm. They're about to go on tour. Mm-hmm. Let's make more money by giving them these Grammys, which means we could jack up ticket prices.
Would you go to their tour? Would you go see them perform?
If I didn't pay for it. Okay. Like if somebody was like, yo, I got you these tickets. Sure. Because I'm sure they're going to put on an amazing performance. And I would imagine that they're not just going to do the 8-song EP or whatever it is. Because it's not long. It's like 8 or 10 songs. Yeah. So if there was like a Bruno set, an Anderson set, and then, you know,
the Silk
Sonic set, or a Silk Sonic, but in between you had like 3 songs of him, 3 songs of him, that would be cool. I could enjoy that.
Who did that? Drake and Future. Sort of.
Okay, that's a good album to use for the conversation. I didn't even think about that because that's not really my cup of tea. But when that album came out, it was huge.
Yeah, it was.
It did so much for the culture.
I went to the tour.
Everyone was going nuts when that album came out.
You know, what a time to be alive.
Holler.
They're going to think I won a Grammy.
But they didn't.
It doesn't matter because the way the song functions, you don't have to actually win a Grammy.
No, but my point is...
They're going to think I won a Grammy.
But that's my point. My point is another huge duet album or huge stars collabing. Mm-hmm. Big feelings, ripples throughout the culture. Couldn't talk just there. And they didn't clean house and win 7 Grammys or 5 Grammys.
They did. They absolutely did not.
You see? Industry plants.
Well,
this was a big machine saying we're not going to take a L.
We're not going to take it anymore.
That's it.
It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me.
I feel like it's just so they could say...
The tie doesn't sit right with me, is what I'm saying.
The tie is nothing to me.
The tie means something to me because Jasmine Sullivan won that category. And I feel like she should be able to hold the award on her own.
Okay. I agree with you.
What is this tie business? And when did this start happening? We probably need to look up if there ever were ties before. I don't recall there ever being a tie at the Grammys.
Your phone's already in your hand. You might as well. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Keep the people listening.
And now, a break from our sponsors. What I have here is a lovely iced latte. You feel like Joe when he's like, talk while I look it up.
Yeah. Keep the people entertained.
I think it's bullshit, honestly. I think it's fucked up that they're able to do that. I think it's fucked up that the labels have that much power and that they're able to just do that because I think it's for the ticket sales. I think it's to be able to say multi-Grammy winning Silk, I can't even think of their fucking name. Silk Sonic.
It's interesting who ends up in these ties.
There's more?
Yeah. There's a whole list that was published at the end of 2020. So this does not include 2021. But apparently it has happened as of the end of 2020. It had happened 29 times prior.
Oh.
But I think it's interesting
who would have thought
who lands in this Okay, so they made a
who's
list
been
of the
ties?
coolest Grammy ties in history. Patti LaBelle and Lisa Fisher for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance.
Okay.
Daniel Lanois and Brian Eno tie with L.A. Reid and Babyface for Producer of the Year. The Rolling Stones and Bill Withers, Best Historical Album.
Okay.
Daz Band and Earth, Wind and Fire for R&B Group or Duo Performance.
I don't even know who Daz Band is.
I don't know who that is either. Kendrick Lamar and Anderson .Paak, Best Rap Performance in 2019.
Huh? Would you look at that?
But here's my thing.
Well, what's that? Damn.
Where? Oh, I don't know. It doesn't say.
2019 would be Damn.
It doesn't say.
For Kendrick. I don't know Anderson's music that well. Yeah, it's Damn. The album would be Damn.
Okay. I believe you. It doesn't say here.
What was the category? Best what?
Best rap performance?
Oh, but it could have been any song or feature or whatever. All right, go ahead. Oh, speaking of Kendrick, his artist won a Grammy.
Kendrick Lamar, J-Rock, Future, and James Blake won for their collaboration on King's Dead. And Anderson .Paak won for his track Bubbling. That's what it was. There's other ties, but I guess those were the most fun. Mm-hmm. We have Contemporary Classical Composition, Musical Theater Album, Classical Album of the Year.
That's not for us.
That's not for us. I'm just saying it does happen in other categories because I was seeing a pattern. But
okay.
I just want to be I just want to be fair about what I'm saying. Best Polka Album in 1987 was tied. It's happened for Best Gospel Performance, Best Latin Pop Album. Yeah, so it's happened
quite a few times
in a bunch of categories.
All right.
So let's say more or less it's happened about 30 times at this point.
Okay. No. Then I guess it is interesting and it can happen.
Yes, and they did say what you said. It's they just got the same number of votes.
Yeah, I just feel like it's supposed to be a voting system. All of these award shows are.
I feel like there should be a tiebreaker. I don't feel like there should be ties.
Well, in that case, Jasmine would lose.
Maybe she would.
And that would be bad.
Because
the industry plant will not be allowed to lose to Jasmine.
I hate that.
I do too, but the facts are the facts.
And like, who the fuck Jasmine Sullivan or Silk Sonic?
But you're going based on what you like and what gives you a reaction in the soul.
In the soul, because...
But they're not doing that. They're going for the wallet. They know they put a lot of investments into Silk Sonic. They probably have a huge tour coming up. Mm-hmm. They got to make that money back. When you win a Grammy, as dumb as it may sound, when you win a Grammy or an Oscar, any of these big awards, your stock goes up.
Of course, yes. I get it. I totally understand.
Nas even said something about that on one of his recent albums.
I totally understand.
He said now that he finally won a Grammy, niggas better be ready to pay.
I hear that. It's just a little frustrating to... sorry, Silk Sonic is not my preference, and obviously my bias is showing, but...
And I'm with you. Jasmine is dope. She's been dope, and this album was great. I even like the deluxe even more than the regular one.
Mm-hmm. Motels.
Yeah, it's great. And I hope that she could do the sneaky thing where it came out far enough that it's now for next year's Grammys.
Yes, I hope so.
Then niggas would be mad.
I hope so.
If she win a Grammy next year for the same album, niggas would be mad. But one thing I don't want to brush over because it is important is Baby Keem, who's Kendrick's artist. Mm-hmm. He won Best New Artist, if I'm correct.
Okay. I can double check that.
Please.
But
yeah, that's a big win.
Yeah.
He's Kendrick's artist, from what I understand. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty big.
That sounds big.
Yeah, it's notable. Definitely something we have to take note of and give props to Kendrick and his team for once again.
And Kanye won awards.
Kanye won 2 Grammys that were not announced.
Grammys.
Oh, shame on me. And Tyler, the Creator, won Best Rap Album.
Yes. So, just to go back to Kanye for a second. Last time when we talked about Kanye not being invited to perform at being disinvited from performing at the Grammys. And I said that, there was probably something going on with the network or whatever. What I don't think either of us realized at the time, or were thinking of at the time, is that Trevor Noah was host of the Grammys. And the reason why, we were trying to figure out the reason why Kanye was banned for 24 hours from Instagram, it was because he called Trevor Noah a coon. And shortly thereafter, because Trevor Noah makes jokes and says things about Kanye. And so Kanye is at a stage right now, or was at a stage, where he decided that whoever spoke about him and his wife or anything that he was doing, he was going to give them smoke.
Yeah.
And so he went on and talked about how he believes Trevor Noah is a coon. And Instagram said, no, because that is hate speech.
Right.
So we are not going to do that. We're suspending you for 24 hours. But that is why he got suspended. And that's why it now makes sense that he was banned, because Trevor Noah is a part of the Paramount family, and the Grammys was running on CBS. So that made, once I realized that, I was like, oh, they're going to protect Trevor Noah. They're not going to protect Kanye.
Right.
So that was an easy one that we didn't.
But just a quick question: is a man of God allowed to call somebody a coon? Don't answer. Let's keep it moving. Something else that's big in the music world, and this was on a different award show. Wait, are we
the one that y'all really want to talk about?
Wait, are we done with Grammys? Am I allowed?
We're done with the Grammys. I don't think that.
Am I allowed the monkey bar?
We didn't watch it, so there's not much for us to say. I do know that Silk Sonic opened, but I'll be real honest with y'all. When I turned on the TV, all I saw was the little their drum that said Silk Sonic, and it was the end of the performance.
And you was like, oh.
I said, oh, okay.
Oh well.
And then I had some things to do, so I went and did those things. Sorry, guys.
One thing that is big in the music world, which happened at the Oscars, is Meg Thee Stallion is on the remix of We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Oh, and we don't talk about Bruno, but it's great that we don't.
And that's a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
So this remix debuted at the Oscars, from what I understand. Yeah. I don't know anything about this existing prior.
Yeah, I didn't know about it either.
I've never even known Disney to do remixes.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm sure they do, but
I've never heard a Jay-Z or Beyonce remix of anything.
You've never heard that, but
well, I mean, Meg Thee Stallion not only on the remix, but the remix debuting live at the Oscars.
And it should be noted that We Don't Talk About Bruno is now ranked as Disney's biggest song
ever
in history. So that's a huge, huge deal for Meg. Huge deal for Meg. So good for her.
I'm excited for her. Super fly.
Mm-hmm.
And also speaks about that label shit I was talking about. She's another person who signed to a major.
I'll be real honest, I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard the remix yet. But I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's cute.
Well, I just think the fact that it exists and was debuted in such grand fashion is a really big deal and worth mentioning. It's a big win for Meg and her camp.
Yeah.
It's a big win for Rock Nation. And her stock is going up. I mean, once you start getting that Disney money.
What is? I don't know. I don't remember. You'll know who said this, but yesterday's price is.
Oh, Fat Joe.
Not today's price.
Fat Joe.
Yes. Okay.
He went viral for saying yesterday's price is not today's price. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Jasmine too. Going back to.
Oh, of course.
Jasmine about to be doing
collect
super
those checks,
shit.
Jasmine.
Hundreds,
She's also Guyanese, so so we have
I didn't even know that.
We have a little connection there.
Holler.
I don't know her at all. I'm a can of paint, but
that was smart that you said that though. Before niggas be like, "Yo, I didn't know you, Jasmine Sullivan.
That's your cousin.
Yo, why you ain't tell us,
cousin Jazz?
Can we get some concert tickets?"
Listen. Okay.
Funny. Anyway, yeah. So shout out to Meg.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of really impactful things happened.
Ahem.
Some very important things happened at the Oscars. Let's reel it back in.
Uh-huh.
And some things may have been overshadowed. So I think we should mention that. We have the first deaf person won an Oscar.
The Oscars, you mean?
Oscars.
To the Grammys.
Whoops!
We're on the Oscars now. The Grammys are over because they were boring. The Oscars.
Yeah, nobody got smacked over there.
Nobody got smacked at the Grammys. Who cares about that? Let's talk about the Oscars.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, so a deaf guy won for Roca, or what was it called?
Coda.
Acronym, I don't know. Coda.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won.
I want to see that. I heard it's very good. I heard it's very emotional, but very good.
Yeah, I've heard great things.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually, since winning, has said some very beautiful things. He said that the film was very impactful to him, mm-hmm. and winning meant more to him than he could express. And since then, he's come forward and said not only did winning mm-hmm. save his career, but it saved his life.
That's beautiful.
Yo, dope shit.
That's beautiful.
Dope shit. Something else that happened is we have our first openly LGBTQA plus. I hope I said that right because
you were close.
That's not right?
That's sufficient.
No, I want to say it the right way. You know the right way?
I mean, I would go LG. Now I'm on the spot and I can't do
No, teach me. Put me on.
LGBTQIA plus.
Oh, IA.
The thing is, I think that it's fluid in the sense that other classifications, I guess, get added on, and so.
I'll be honest. Sometimes, right? It changes a lot, and I try to keep up, but sometimes I'm not hip.
Yes, but we would like to include everybody,
right,
in that.
So, our first melanated at that, I think that's an add-on too, but mm-hmm. a brown-skinned queer person won an award, won an Oscar. This is a first. This is a big deal, and it's something that is largely being dismissed because of Smackfest.
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 We are going to address
Smackfest. Sure.
Not just Will and Chris, but the original Smackfest, which I've just learned of and was traumatized watching.
Hot 97 was wilding when we was teenagers.
People were actually going and smacking each other.
For a prize. Cash prize.
For a cash prize. And the funny thing is, the video I saw, they looked like they were going to fight afterwards.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
I was like...
There had to be amped up security and a lot of things going on. And
I was stressed watching that video.
I don't want to say cats should choose violence.
Well, no, we're going to get to that.
But Hot 97 was ahead of their time.
All right.
They were with that Smack Fest
because now they have the Smack tournaments.
Yeah, there's Smack leagues all around the world. Just grown adults smacking the shit out of each other for cash prizes.
It's like a new iteration of Fight Club.
Fight Club would laugh at these niggas.
Of course, but I'm just saying it's socially acceptable to go smack somebody for money. That's
there's rules.
There's still the existential crisis that existed in Fight Club still exists with this because this is nuts. This is nuts.
All I'm saying is Hot 97 was ahead of their time with that shit. Because we were teenagers when that happened. And now it's like this big thing.
Happening. I was sheltered.
It was on him. It was on and popping.
Oh, but you know what? I did go to the Hot 97 cruise. I thought I was hot shit. I went and it was fun. It was that was.
I'm glad you lived to tell the tale.
I did live to tell the tale. I went. Me and my mom bought me tickets.
You got a
me
cool
and my
ass
friends
mom
to go. We went. We had
shout out to cool moms.
We had a good ass time.
Mom went with y'all?
No.
Cool ass mom
dropped us off
and picked y'all back up.
And picked us back up
cool
when
ass
the boat docked.
Round of applause for cool ass moms.
We had a good ass time.
Cool ass moms.
We did. I had to be like 6. I feel like that's
16.
Yeah, I think that was my birthday gift when I turned 16. I was like, oh, I want to go to a Hot 97 cruise.
Cool ass mom. That's a cool ass mom.
Yeah, she was. She did okay.
That's a cool ass mom. I'm not. Listen, my daughter is 11. I ain't taking her ass to no Hot 97 cruise and picking her back up. I'll be right on the boat with y'all.
I'm trying to think if
I'll be purchasing 3 tickets.
I was going.
Fuck that. If she's going with her best friend, like that's what you said, right?
Yeah, I went
it's gonna be y'all two, and I'll be there walking around. It's just what's going on over here. What's going on? Excuse me. You too close, mom.
I don't think I would have had as much fun if my mom was.
Yeah, no, you can go, but you don't need to have a blast.
I was dancing with all the boys.
Oh, I don't care about dancing. I'm a different kind of person.
Well, listen, my mom would have been like,
dance.
Could you please back away
no,
from
dance.
my daughter?
Back that ass up. I don't care. But then
I was backing that ass up.
But then hands start roaming, and then that's when problems happen, and that's why I need to be there.
There was some roaming.
You see,
that's where problems was definitely come. Roaming.
All right, Smackfest. Hot 97 was ahead of their time.
Yeah.
The Oscars, Questlove also won Best Documentary. Right, that's what it was.
Yeah. Well, we can't talk about Questlove without talking about the thing.
I know. I was trying to, steer us.
But yes, it is important to note that Questlove did win for Best Documentary. It's called Summer of Soul, I believe.
Yes.
And I've heard it's a great documentary. Again, I have not seen.
So my dad actually called me about it when it first came out.
Okay.
He wanted to see it in theaters, but it was only showing in certain theaters, so he wasn't able to see it in theaters. But it's music from that time. Okay. So it was like a festival, and there's been footage for all these years. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong. I haven't watched it yet. This is what my dad told me.
Okay.
Sorry, Dad. Because if he's wrong, they're gonna destroy him.
Why would he be wrong?
That's how the internet does now. You can't say anything wrong.
You can't say
anything. Like, you stupid motherfucker. You're not worth the sperm that brought you life. You'd be like, damn, that nigga, I just made a mistake. Like,
they already gonna get us for the way we said LGBTQ.
No, come on, I was really trying.
I know you were trying, and I was trying too, but after I said it, I realized that maybe I didn't say it the right way either. Who knows? But,
we're trying to give them props.
And we're trying to do the best.
Yeah, we're trying to show love and shed light on the wind that's being dismissed because of Smackfest.
Okay. So
anyway, Questlove won. It's supposed to be a great documentary about this like festival in the park that happened. I believe it was in the 70s or the 80s. At that part, my dad didn't make very clear to me.
Okay.
But yeah. So he won. Great documentary, and it's just like a musical piece, showing different times and different parts of the day, the festival, whatever.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted to watch it prior, and now I really do definitely feel like I have to watch it. And it's sad that award is being dismissed because that is the award that Chris Rock was presenting.
Yeah.
When he got the taste smacked out of his mouth.
I just you said that, and it made me think of
Smackfest.
No, the Braxtons. Oh. So the Braxtons had a show, a reality show, and their mom Evelyn, she's hilarious. But one day, Tamar did something, and she was like, "Don't make me slap the piss out you." Ooh. Yeah.
It's a different kind of smack.
And when your mom says that to you, it's like, ooh.
Yeah, that's a different kind of smack.
No, okay.
I don't want that
slap the piss out? Okay.
That's a threat I don't want to.
But that's kind of what happened. He got the piss slapped out of him.
Chris?
Yeah. Yeah. That was my point.
How you want to start this? Because
okay, I think we start from the beginning.
So there's
a lot.
It's been weeks now.
It's been
2 weeks, and a lot has happened.
Yeah, so we should also note that we recorded the podcast, and it maybe happened an hour after we recorded the podcast.
Unbeknownst to us that it would happen. I mean...
Right, of course. We didn't know. We didn't really, like, it wasn't, okay. I know I had said that I would probably maybe check out the Oscars just because Will Packer was executive producing it. But then we recorded that day, so I wasn't even thinking about watching it at that point. And then an hour later, I happened to turn on my TV and see... I turned on my TV just before it happened. Like 2 minutes before it happened. The universe. I turn on my TV. There's a commercial. He comes back from commercial. They introduce Chris Rock. Chris Rock comes out. He makes his jokes. He makes a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith being G.I. Jane.
Loving the haircut. Can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2.
That was what he said. It appeared that
Will Smith laughed. We all saw him laugh.
Jada laughed, then got serious. She kind of grimaced. And then he looked over at her. And then a few seconds later, he gets up and he charges towards Chris Rock on the stage, pulls back, swings on him, smacks him in the face, and then charges back to his seat. And Chris Rock... So I thought it was a skit, watching it in real time.
Okay.
And the thing about watching it in real time is with American television on these live broadcasts,
it's delayed.
There's a tape delay to make sure that if anything that would go against FCC guidelines happens, they can catch it before it hits the airwaves, before we at home see it.
Right.
So I didn't hear what Will Smith said initially. And if you were watching the live broadcast from the States, you didn't hear what happened.
Right.
So it just looks like a skit. It looks like, I was like, oh, is this what Will Packer's doing? Like, we're hitting each other now? I was confused. But then I'm texting in one of my group chats, and I'm like, what just happened? Wasn't that weird? Like, wasn't that awkward? And the thing that made it really strange is that Chris Rock almost had a hard time rebounding from it. Mm-hmm. If you watch the video, he kind of stumbles over his words. He gets a little flustered. And then that was the moment where I was like, shit, this is real.
Yeah. Because
the fact that he didn't, just move on and...
He said, oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Yeah. Yeah. And then as he tried to introduce the nominees, he kind of couldn't find his groove. And that was odd. And then, so I went where I always go. I went to Twitter.
Holler.
Because Twitter, if you need an answer, Twitter will give it to you fast.
Yep.
And I go on Twitter, and immediately there is a video that pops up, but it's from Australia's live feed. And
that is not edited.
Now you get context. Now it's like, oh, this is crazy.
Right. Because
you see the same thing that I saw, but instead of not hearing anything after it happens, you hear Will Smith yelling, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
2 times.
2 times. And the second time he said it.
Too much sauce.
A lot of sauce. All of the sauce. I mean, what kind of sauce do you think it was? You think it was barbecue, or was it like sweet and sour?
That was some spicy sauce.
That was, maybe it was like
that was like hot wings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that was
buffalo, but like the really, really hot buffalo sauce.
That was when you be at the barbecue and niggas be like, this shit ain't hot enough. Give me the real shit from the fridge.
Right.
Go. But Jonathan, go in the cupboard. Yeah, if you need the stepladder, go ahead. It's behind the peanut butter. Yeah. Get that, because this shit ain't spicy enough. It was that kind of spice.
It was that kind of spice.
Yeah.
It was that kind of spice, and I said, oh shit, and I started texting like, hey guys, here's the real video that we all missed. And I would say the rest is history, but no, there's still a lot more to be said.
There's
about that
lots
moment
more
because
from that moment on.
Because now we're all like, fuck, what just happened? What are we supposed to do? Like, what are we? I'm uncomfortable, and how do I? Well, I keep my TV on, and I don't change the channel because I'm like,
can't miss whatever's about to happen next.
You got to see what happens next. Questlove accepts his award, but now, who really saw it? Because at home we were trying to figure out what was going on. So I couldn't, my TV was on, but I couldn't really pay attention to Questlove.
Right.
And I'm sure everybody who was in the room was like, because remember, the people in the room probably went on the internet and started getting alerts.
Right.
Saying, hey, that wasn't a joke.
Right.
And so now they're figuring it out. Everybody was kind of figuring this out in real time. This was the weirdest thing that happened because we were all having the same exact reaction simultaneously. So
Diddy goes up to present an award.
We later see that in between the break, before that happens, Denzel
and
Tyler Perry. There's some
Samuel Jackson
and Samuel L. Jackson, who won an award also. Good for him. I believe this was his first Oscar.
It was his first Oscar.
Shame
on me for not shouting that out first.
Yeah. They comfort Will. They try to make Will feel better. Well, at least that's what we think. That's what we've heard. We don't really know. We weren't there for that. They pull him aside and, they give him a little pep talk. Hey, whatever. Whatever black men say to each other when they get riled up. I don't know.
Those are three very different black men.
That's true. But
Samuel Jackson might have hit him with about 22 motherfuckers.
But I feel like when the crew comes together,
right?
It's gonna be cohesive in its own way.
Right.
So this happens. Diddy comes out. He presents. The show kind of moves on. Completely moves on. Will Packer later said that he feels like the only way the show would have moved on is with the way that Chris Rock handled it, which was
keep it pushing,
just keep moving and continuing to do his job. And that's precisely what he did. And Will Packer said he's grateful to him for that. Cause he was like, I thought the show went to shit, was going to go to shit after that. And it didn't. They were able to continue and finish out the show. And we should shout that out too, that Will Packer, he had an all black production team.
Yep.
This was in a lot of ways supposed to be our night, at the Oscars.
The stats have come out that it was the highest numbers ever before the smack.
Yeah. Yeah. So
okay, maybe not ever. I know they said something.
I don't know about it. Yeah.
It was really high.
Look at me co-signing because
no, I don't want you to get the smoke. Let me get that.
You take that.
Put that on me, like the Akon song. Yes. Blame me.
Mm-hmm.
But they did say that the ratings came in because they asked him that in the interview.
Mm-hmm.
He said it was one of the highest ones in years, but those stats were prior to the smack.
So we need to, that's important to note because, listen, all things considered, and I've been saying this, like, Will Smith is not all of us.
Right.
And so we still need to be proud of the moment that was happening before and after his shenanigans happened, because still a big deal. So yeah, just wanted to point that out because Will Packer did that, and
absolutely,
that's really important. If you don't know who Will Packer is, just think Girls Trip. He does movies and TV shows and all kinds of things like that. So this was a big deal for him. Anyway, moving on. So
Diddy comes out. He makes a little jokey joke.
I don't remember the jokey joke.
Oh, he basically said, hey, Chris, Will, we're going to settle this at the barbecue or some shit like that.
Right. Because now there's like this.
He says like, oh, you know how family do. We're going to settle this. Don't worry. Everybody just stay calm. We're going to take care of it in-house.
Because
I'm paraphrasing. He did not say in-house.
Because now it becomes that thing that Will Smith did in front of the white people.
Yeah.
which, again, I'd like to distance myself from that narrative. But what's next? What happens after that?
Well, the night continues, and eventually it's time for best leading role in the male category.
Will Smith wins for King Richard, which was a great movie, by the way.
Sure was. And
he comes on stage, and it's odd because after you've just smacked someone 45 minutes prior, just so we're clear about the timeline of things, 45 minutes have gone by. Just about, approximately 45 minutes have gone by. And Will Smith moseys on back on stage like nothing ever happened and starts to make a speech. His acceptance speech. He got his first Oscar. And now he is here like nothing has happened. And people are confused now. Well, we were confused at home. Over there, they were clapping and cheering him on, and it was
he got a standing ovation. Before he said a word, when they announced, and the winner is Will Smith for King Richard, everybody stood up. Oh!
All his peers, the homies, his Hollywood homies.
Mm-hmm.
That was odd for us at home because we're like, y'all didn't see what happened?
Oh, they did because Lupita gone viral.
Oh. You know, she was the real MVP of the night. Lupita Nyong'o. She was sitting right next to him, and she went from. She was like, "What the fuck?"
She was like, "This is not what they taught us in Wakanda."
Right? She was probably like, "Yo, I just want to be sitting here with Michael B. Jordan and Letitia Wright, and my faves, Ryan Coogler." Like, I just want to sit with because I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what this is. I thought it would be cool if I could just sit next to Will and Jada. I mean, it's Will and Jada. Why wouldn't you want to sit next to Will and Jada? And Lupita was looking like, yo, what? I've been to the Oscars several times, and this is nothing. What's happening here?
Lupita is viral.
Right, her face, she's been memed.
Yeah.
She's been memed. And
the internet jumped right on that.
Oh, absolutely, because that was, other than Will and Jada, the only person you see is Lupita.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, good for her.
All in the frame.
Good for her.
I don't know if it's good for her.
I don't know. I think, listen, I think it'll be good for her. But anyway,
Will Smith goes on stage. This motherfucker start giving an acceptance speech and start boo-hooing.
Tears. Sniffly tears. Ready to do boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And then compares himself. I think y'all are starting to see how we feel about this. Compares himself to Venus and Serena's daddy. Sir.
He said, it's crazy. Life imitates art.
Does it?
I'm just telling you what he did.
I know.
I'm telling you what he did.
I'm just answering. I'm answering. Call and response right now. Okay, let me just say what I have to say about that. Does it? Because, sir, Will Smith, hello. That man never did that. That man never went and smacked anybody.
No. The man said, life imitates art, and I'm up here looking like the crazy dad now.
First of all, where are your children? Because I don't see them.
Yo, Jaden.
I don't. But,
we'll get to it.
Okay. Apparently, they were like in a party bus or something, waiting for the after party. They were waiting for their parents on a party bus. Jaden was tweeting, "That's how the fuck we do it." Okay.
Jaden was like, "Yeah, pops."
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. If it was my dad or my mom, who we got? I got next. Who we gotta fight? I'm gonna be real honest. Listen, because ride or die. But
Yeah, if my pop smacked the shit on somebody, I'm like, yeah, Dad.
Go,
yeah,
Dad.
You need me to smack him
Love
next?
you, Dad.
Yeah, I'm like, where's Chris Rock's son at? You need me to smack him too?
Where that nigga at?
You know what I'm saying?
Let me go get him.
Who else you want to smack, Dad?
Exactly.
I'll help.
Listen, you gotta be.
Or you could be. No, I'm sorry.
You gotta be down for the squad. Okay, so he says.
So this motherfucker start crying on stage, acting.
Okay.
Listen, I ain't pulling punches today.
We're here. No, I agree with you. I don't think it was genuine.
Of course it was not genuine.
What did
I'm
he
not
say?
here.
Love makes you do crazy things.
Oh yeah, that was the end of the bullshit. He tried to say it's not about winning an award. It's not about.
Because nigga, you should have sorry.
It's not about. He was saying it's not about a bunch of shit. Then he was like, it's to bring awareness. And spread love. And what?
I don't know what he was. Oh yeah, he was saying he was bringing awareness about kindness or something like that. But
love,
and you just smacked somebody though.
And then said, and love will make you do crazy things.
Love will make you do crazy. I mean, he's not wrong, but also, this is not the time or the place for that.
But that wasn't love.
Well, no.
And for the record, nor was it about alopecia. You need to switch seats?
Do I have a dress?
So you could cut the sequence? You need to switch seats?
All right, so that's the thing we didn't say, and we should point that out. That
yeah,
the thing that we did not say is that according to the way that Will Smith framed his speech, was as if, it was his wife's medical condition that it was a trigger for him that someone would make fun of her hair or lack thereof, knowing that she has alopecia. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I didn't know, and I would like to, believe that I am tapped into the Black girls. I had no idea that Jada Pinkett Smith had alopecia. None. So I've heard a lot of people say, oh, well, everyone knew that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And if I didn't know that, there's probably other people who did not know that. Please let me get this out. People who did not know that, right? So I didn't know it. I agree with you. I don't think that this had much to do with I don't really think this had much to do with the joke, to be honest. I think it could be a couple of things, right? We've heard that Chris Rock and Will Smith haven't really been on the best of terms. That's what it's rumored to be, that they don't get along.
In 2016,
he made another joke about Jada.
In 2016, certain people of color they boycotted the Oscars because they felt that we were not being represented as a whole. And part of that was Jada said publicly, it's crazy that Will Smith did such a good job in the movie Concussion and is not even nominated. So she will not be coming. And Will Smith obviously didn't go and was not a nominee. And Chris Rock made the joke that he said the same thing. A lot of people are boycotting this event, including Jada Pinkett Smith. He said, but Jada Pinkett avoiding the Oscars is like me saying I'm avoiding Rihanna's panties. Like the shit, nigga, you was never invited anyway. That's the whole thing.
Right. Which I don't even care about that. I care more about the fact that he mentioned Rihanna's panties. This is what people are. I'm gonna be honest. When I heard that he said that, because I couldn't remember that he said that. I was like, well, why are you talking about Rihanna's panties? How did Rihanna's panties get in it? Like, what was there no other way to say that? Rihanna's panties? that was
the joke that people are referencing when they say that Will Smith
I'm
and
more
Chris
offended
Rock
for
are
Rihanna.
not on the same terms. Listen, I'm gonna be real. Y'all saw last pod. I was yawning the whole time. I was on no sleep. I was fucking tired. When the pod was over, I went where I had to go and I knocked the fuck out. I woke up to, hey, look at this. And a phone being put in my face and niggas showing me the Australian or Japanese. There was a bunch of them at that point.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Video. And I think maybe 15 minutes later or 20 minutes later was when this clown ass motherfucker won his Oscar and was crying on stage and shit. It's not about alopecia. It's not about love, and it's not about the fucking joke.
I don't think it was ever about the joke, and I think I've been frustrated the last couple of weeks because I think that people are caught up about alopecia. I think that people are caught up about the joke. I think a lot of people got very deep into all of these other things around what happened. I think that someone had some aggression inside of him about probably multiple things and wanted to puff his chest out and ran up there and did what he did. And I think that he's very aware of his privilege. I think he's very aware that unlike most of us, he can walk around slapping people and with minimal damage, people will give him a standing ovation. I think he's very aware of that. And I think that he did what he felt like doing in that moment. And it was fucked up. It was fucked up.
Okay. It was fucked up.
It was fucked up.
He is very aware of his privilege. I agree, which is why he said at the end of his little fake crying bullshit speech, I just really want to say thank you to the Academy, and I hope that they invite me back.
Not for 10 years.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
He's lucky that Chris Rock stood there and took that smack like a grown-ass man.
A lot of men would have beat the shit out of him.
Because if I got the shit smacked out of me, the Oscars would have ended right the fuck there.
Melee.
Because
Melee at the Oscars.
That shit would have turned into Fight Club for real.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree.
Oh, we smacking niggas?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You mean you smacking niggas that get paid to tell jokes?
But you know what I've been saying? I hear you and I agree. But what I've been saying is, see, Chris Rock, because I feel like a lot of people, especially men, have been saying, well, I would have never took that. Well,
would have never took what, the joke
or the slap? Chris Rock. Somebody's paying you millions and millions of dollars. You about to go on tour. He had a lot to lose himself, and so his reaction spoke to the control that Will Smith should have had, because he too has a lot to lose.
Yeah, Chris Rock is a real man.
Right. He was able to say, you know what? Not the time,
right,
nor the place.
I'm going to take that on the chin.
I'm going to take that on the chin. I'm going to finish the job that I'm doing.
That's right.
Because my tour literally starts in 2 days.
Yep. And
I am going to move on. And we did hear that behind the scenes, when the LAPD arrived, he didn't even want to press charges. He was asked if they should have Will Smith removed. I don't know why they had to ask him if they should remove Will Smith. Will Smith should have been removed. He assaulted someone. You should be removed if you assaulted someone. Yep. There shouldn't be any, hey, how do you feel about this? Fuck that. Security should have hauled him out of there.
Absolutely.
Immediately. He should not have been given 45 minutes to sit there and continue to stew and then go up there and shed
fake tears.
Fake tears.
Chris Rock is a real nigga.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And I applaud that.
I agree.
Because that shit could have went real different.
Mm-hmm. It could have.
He could have just sidestepped that shit.
No. But then there's all these reactions, right?
Because you just imagine if he just...
if
he just did some Matrix shit, it was like...
Meanwhile, Will
and the
Smith
smack went like this.
Yeah, I can see it. So there's all these reactions.
Yeah,
right?
I know. People acting like alopecia is cancer now.
Okay.
Oh, that's not the one you want to talk about? Go ahead.
I thought we were not going to do the alopecia.
Right, I'm sorry.
I thought we were leaving the alopecia alone.
I'm all right. Then go ahead.
I just to address that quickly. If she has a condition, she has a condition. I don't think it's fair to start scoring how important or not unimportant this thing is to her. I don't have alopecia. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what she's been through. I don't know. Someone even said to me, what if it's not just alopecia? And what if there's more going on that we don't know about?
So?
I was just making the point that
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I think it matters. You're saying so, but I think it matters because you just said that people are acting like alopecia is cancer. What if she actually does have cancer and we don't know it? So I think that's what the person was trying to say. I don't want to get into all of that because I just feel like I'm not here to decide whether a person's medical condition is worthy of our time or not. I just think that's bullshit. I don't think any of us should be worried about that or getting caught up in that. And I think a lot of people got caught up in that.
Because of Will.
Okay.
Because he went up there and said the medical condition shit.
Sure, but she's the one with the medical condition, and I feel like she got a lot of smoke for sitting there. I don't care what look she gave her husband. I don't care about any of that. People have argued, oh, she looked at him and he knew that he had to get up. Like mind control. Like she's not controlling his mind.
Go ahead.
I just feel like she got a lot of smoke. I feel like a lot of people are very upset with her for the stuff that happened with August Alsina, which Will said she was not cheating on him. He did not consider it cheating, and he said that they've dealt with it. It's not the public's responsibility to avenge Will Smith to his wife. It's just, to me, it's silly, and we don't need to get caught up in any of that. But what was my point? I don't know where I was going with it. I just wanted to address the alopecia thing because I just feel like yes, I know what Will said. I know what Will blamed it on, but if we're able to agree that it probably had nothing to do with that or nothing to do with the joke, then I don't even really think that it matters what her condition is or not in terms of how we approach her. I think that leave that woman alone. She's not the one that got up and hit Chris Rock. I know you don't feel that way, but that's fine.
Okay, listen. Let me be very clear.
Uh-huh.
Jada has been dragging Will through the mud publicly for the last few years. She couldn't handle her side piece or other man, however we're going to do it, however y'all want to word it. She did some real nasty shit and fucked some 21 and 22, however old he was, kid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's what, 60?
I don't think she's 60. She's probably 50.
Listen, she fucked her son's homeboy who had mental illness and was seeking help and shelter and a safe place.
And I do believe
and
that
she
was
was like, yeah,
situation.
You want a safe place? This pussy is real safe.
I want to point out that I agree with you that situation was fucked up.
Okay, so we have to start there.
But that situation was fucked up because of what you just said. That situation was not fucked up because I'm not looking at her and going, oh, but she cheated on her husband or anything like
me
that.
neither.
Because that's the narrative on the internet right now. That's the narrative among people that we have to somehow avenge Will because his wife cheated on him. Fuck that. If Will doesn't care about that, then we don't have to care about that. But what she did with August Alsina, yes, I agree, didn't need to happen. Wasn't okay. It was nasty.
He was like, listen, I'm just looking for a warm embrace. She was like,
a soft place to land.
I got something warm for you. And she did. Okay, listen, and she put it on that boy. And then that boy spilled all the tea.
And it's still spilling tea because apparently he just released another song. And
forget about that. Anyway.
I don't give a shit about August Alsina.
He came out and spilled all the tea.
Mm-hmm.
And he made the entire family look stupid. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. The problem is Will Smith, prior to 2.5 years ago, mm-hmm. or whenever this happened, he had a very squeaky clean image. Yes. There were always rumors of their relationship. Was it an open relationship? Mm-hmm. Are they polyamorous? Is there cheating? Was there cheating in the past? But it was always just rumors that came and went. Mm-hmm. Nothing ever stood.
Right.
Nothing ever stuck. But now something stuck. And now, instead of owning up to her shit, mm-hmm. she had this nigga on the Red Table Talk where he was looking a damn fool. And he has continued to look a damn fool since. Because of her. Oh, Tupac's birthday. Oh, let me talk about how much I love Tupac all over the internet. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, that's not enough. But wait, y'all didn't know that Tupac wrote me a secret poem. It's never been seen by anyone but me before. And here, I'm giving it to the world. So you can see how much Tupac loved me and how much of a beautiful soul he was. My one true love. What the fuck are you doing?
But that's between Will Smith and his wife.
There's more. Okay, but this is what I'm saying. She has been dragging him through the mud. It looks like she is angry at Will. I don't know why, but this is the optics, as they say.
The optics.
There's been several Tupacs, my man. I love him more. And then she turned 50. Oh, you're right. She's 50. Because she turned 50 and published her bucket list. And one of the things in her bucket list was, I need to learn how to love and be in a relationship. What are you doing?
I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't know she had alopecia. Because I don't know a whole lot about what Jada.
This is what I'm saying.
These days,
so this is what I'm saying. Since, and I'm not quoting it exactly. That's probably.
Wait, you don't know that for you don't know for sure if that's what she said.
She put out. Where's Jada? My phone is charging. You wanna just Jada Pinkett it? I'm sure she didn't even take it down. I'm sure it's still sitting right on her Instagram bucket list. I need to learn how to love or learn how to really be in a relationship. Some shit like that.
Oh, I Googled and
it came right up.
I really want to learn how to love.
Hello.
I think that's spam. Okay, I really want to learn how to love.
I really want to learn how to love. Nigga, you been with Will Smith for how long? You still don't know how to love?
Over 20 years.
Come on, son. Sorry, I love her.
She says she still does not know if she understands what love is. To be fair, she did not stress romantic love. However, the response came after friend Arsenio Hall wished her a happy birthday and reminded her that her husband, Will Smith, did some skydiving for his 50th. Will jumped out of a helicopter on his 50th. What's your bucket list? What you gonna do? Happy birthday. And that was her response.
So this nigga said, and this is what I'm saying. So she has been dragging Will through the mud for 2 years, 2.5 years, whatever the fuck it is.
So
okay, wait.
Think that people are justified in wanting to come to Will's defense?
I'm just reporting. I'm just reporting.
Just being a journalist.
I'm just being a journalist right now. I'm
I'm asking.
We are live at the scene. This bitch posted again.
We are live in the closet.
We are live in the closet. And Jada Pinkett just said
she don't love her husband.
No. Exactly.
See, she didn't say that, and that's the way people take things.
People flip it.
That's how people flip it.
So she has
because all we saw was like a 3-second video, and people like, she told him to do it. She told him. Did you see it?
Okay,
no, she didn't.
So this is what's been happening, and Will Squeaky clean Will is no longer squeaky clean.
See, I
He's
don't
being
think
dissed.
Will was ever squeaky clean.
So squeaky clean Will has been getting dragged through the mud. And do I think people are justified in saying, hey, we have to help Will defend himself? No. Will has been looking like an asshole the last 2 years. Because your woman fucked this young dude that nobody ever heard of.
That's not true.
August Alsina was not famous.
I mean, when people knew him, he had a hit single. Let's not call him a nobody. I mean, compared to an A-list Hollywood actor, sure. But in general, people knew, like, when this whole thing happened, the whole entanglement saga happened, it wasn't like this was the first time people were hearing August Alsina's name. Let's not do that to him. That's not right.
I disagree, but okay.
I mean, he had that song.
What's the song?
Man, I love this shit. Man, I don't like singing on the podcast.
All right, fine. You got it. Whatever. She fucked this random young dude who was not on any of their levels. And I ain't mad at that. But again, the shit came out. It looked sloppy. It caused a mess. Uh-huh. After that, this nigga Will is jumping out of helicopters. All of a sudden, he's on social media every 2 seconds. Yeah. He's doing a lot and looking real bad. And on Red Table Talk, we couldn't tell if he wanted to choke her or just cry. He's been looking real bad, and the jokes have continued. Every time she does something, niggas is like, yo, Will, get your girl.
So you think that he was embarrassed?
I think Will had enough and has been waiting to do something to someone. Mm-hmm. And he took advantage. Yeah, I hear you. He was like, oh, this nigga made a joke? Awesome. Smack.
And sometimes that's all you need, right? Sometimes your cup is full, and just one thing, one person, one moment can tip it over. That is a fact.
And the look or the not look doesn't mean shit. We don't know what she be saying in the crib.
Right. But I just wanted to make that point. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I just wanted to make the point that, because people were like, oh, she sent him a signal. No, he's a grown-ass man. And even if she did send him a signal, he's still a grown-ass man who makes decisions for himself. And does he?
We don't have any proof.
But that's on him. That's on him. If he's listening to things that she's saying that don't make sense, that's on him. You can't take away the guilt, the responsibility from the person who actually did the thing and put it on the person who didn't. No. I don't think that's fair, and I think a lot of people have done that over the past couple of weeks, and I have a problem with that. Like, she did not get up and slap that man. There's no reason for us to put that blame on her.
Now that would have been gangster.
Yeah, that would have been way more entertaining.
If Jada went up there and was like, and then sat down and was like, keep my name out your... That'd have been gangster.
Yeah, but then people would have said that Will Smith is a
and
bitch
she
ass.
wouldn't have been able to sit there for 40 minutes.
No, they would have hauled her out.
They'd have got her the fuck out
immediately. But people would have also said, you know what, he's a bitch ass for letting his wife go up there and hit somebody or whatever. It would have been a whole thing. It would have been a whole thing.
It is a whole thing.
It's a whole thing now, but I'm just saying similar things would have happened, but
whatever. I think Will Smith is a fucking clown. He's a legend, and it's sad that he's become a clown. I think Will Smith is an amazing actor. I think he's had a great career. I think he still has a lot more greatness to go. But all the online antics have to stop. Jumping out of planes, doing challenges. Why
is he wrong for jumping out of planes and doing challenges?
Will Smith is a megastar.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to do anything to garner the attention of the people.
But I don't...
And since all of this has started, and maybe even right before that, has made a very conscious effort to become the king of the gram.
Sure.
He went from not having an Instagram, or maybe having one that no one knew about, to having a huge one. He was doing every challenge possible. He was now a content creator. He was now doing all this extraterrestrial crazy shit for no ass reason to garner attention, which is why that clip makes a lot of sense that surfaced. I know it's an old clip, But that old clip is very telling, where she starts recording him and asked about Mammy or whoever the fuck, and he's like, "Yeah, you know what I think? I think you shouldn't be recording me in my crib."
Mammy.
I don't know whatever name she said.
The therapist.
What was the therapist's name?
Alistair or something like that.
All right, well, whatever. She said a name. He's like, "Yeah, do you think that she was helpful to us?" He's like, "Yeah, what I think is you shouldn't be recording me without asking me." Yeah. And the part that stuck out to me about that video, a lot of people are stuck on, "I'm in my house. I don't want to deal with this." I am stuck on him saying, "My social media is my bread and butter."
Well, I was going to make that point because I hear what you're saying, but I also think it's worth it to note that Will Smith, as far as I know, I have not read his book yet. I plan to, because a lot of people are saying some things will make sense if you read his book.
Yeah, the opening page has been posted with captions. He says,
well,
that
not
he's
just
a
the
coward.
opening, it's just not just the opening page, but I think it's worth it to give someone's story a read if it exists, to have some more insight about who they are as a person. Who you are as a person, it doesn't get resolved to just your job or just what people see in the public. So I think it's worth it to check it out and see what people are talking about. But also, I remember, and this is probably my favorite Will Smith moment. He was on Oprah years ago. I don't know when this was. I couldn't tell you what year this was. But he was on Oprah. I want to say that Jaden and Willow was a lot smaller. Jaden might have been a teenager by then. I'm not sure. But he talked about, I think Oprah asked him something like, do you have any fears, or is there anything that, what keeps you up at night? And his response was being broke again. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I don't ever want to be broke again. That is my fear. He said, I stay up, I lay awake at night and think about what would happen if I lost everything. And he talks about the fact that that's how he lives his life. He continues to act as though he could be broke at any moment. And that's what keeps him hungry and keeps him motivated and keeps him doing the things that he's doing. Is it possible that, knowing that his bread and butter, the reason he got into all of this Instagram stuff and whatever, is because it was a steady paycheck as opposed to a one-off movie, especially with movie stars? Eventually, some movie stars don't get jobs anymore, not that easily. We don't even know how easy or how hard it is for Will Smith to get a job these days. We think we know because we see him getting paid millions and millions of dollars, but he turned 50. You start to think that your stock is dropping as you get older and you're in that type of field. So I'm just wondering, I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just playing devil's advocate, I guess, and asking, well, what's it to us if he wants a steady paycheck, if he wants to have a job with Facebook where he gets to do fun shit? Also, whatever happened to the midlife crisis? Can we not argue that maybe Will Smith is going through a midlife crisis right now?
He's a clown.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking questions.
He's doing a lot of clown shit, and it continues to mount. The smack, the video afterwards.
Oh, the video afterwards was trash, where he said him and his wife got dressed up to choose chaos. I hated that. That made me so angry.
The next clown move.
Going to the party and partying, the family portrait, all of that.
And the next one.
But if people don't give you consequences, if you don't have consequences, again, if he had
been then I'm a dance to getting jiggy.
If he had been hauled out,
did.
I know that's what he did. But if he had been hauled out and embarrassed in the moment, he wouldn't have been getting jiggy anyway. He would have taken his ass home.
They would have redefined Big Willie style.
Yeah.
But instead, he's at the after party. Yeah, instead, he says, I'm going to resign from the Academy.
Right. We didn't even get to that yet.
Because they said, oh, we're going to put it under investigation.
And come up with, they said they stated that they knew that there would be consequences. They just didn't know they had to review and investigate to decide what those consequences
So he does some other clown shit. Oh, I'm going to resign.
Because if you resign, then how bad could your consequences be?
He's a fucking clown.
And resigning essentially means I don't think he can attend like the insider events. I don't think he doesn't have voting power. I think those are the main things.
Whatever.
Well, I think it's important because he's someone who is allowed to vote. So that is a big part of him resigning. Since then, a couple days ago,
Oscars came out.
And their determination was that he is banned from the Oscars for 10 years.
Yes.
Does the punishment fit the crime, do you think?
I don't think he should be allowed back.
Okay. Yeah.
10 years? I mean, he could win in 10 years.
Right.
Why is he allowed back?
Right. I think he assaulted someone, and I think it's so funny to me that so many people are split on whether he was wrong or not, and
he's bugging.
You assault someone, you're wrong. You're wrong. And I'm like, let's make.
And that's why I keep saying he's a clown because, yo, listen, we all have bad moments. If this was a bad moment and you cracked from all the pressure and being mocked and mimicked, because there's all type of
memes and images of him crying and
all type of stuff. So if you were frustrated and
entanglements all the time when they're around,
right.
He's been asked about it on the red carpet this year,
right? Mm-hmm. So if you were just fed up and that's it, you flipped, cool. But then my nigga, go up there and own it.
Right. And he didn't do that. He didn't. Two things about his apology that I don't know if we said.
Oh, then there was the apology. We skipped over that.
Right. There was an apology that came the next morning.
Where he apologized to everyone and their mother, but not Chris.
Well, no. The apology that he did initially was when he went on stage to accept his award. He did not acknowledge Chris. The apology that he put on social media that clearly his publicist helped him write on Monday afternoon did acknowledge Chris directly. Mm-hmm. He apologized directly to Chris and directly to the Academy. So yes, he did apologize publicly to Chris Rock. But to me, it was late.
Fam, if you smack me on national TV, don't tweet an apology to me.
Well, I guess because it was public, he did it publicly, which is what we say these days, right? If you're going to do something in public, apologize in public. Don't apologize in private. So I think he was right to apologize in public, but he was wrong for not apologizing to Chris Rock when he went up there. But then I wonder, like, it's assault. So, like, did he think that would be some sort of admission of guilt? Like, because I just feel like he's a calculated dude. Like, I don't know.
Let me tell you something. I would respect Will Smith a lot more if after he smacked him and shouted that stupid shit, when he won his award, if he kept that same energy and was like, yo, listen, I know y'all are mad I smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. That's cool. I shouldn't have did it here. Y'all are right. But let this be a warning to everybody talking shit, because I'm going to start smacking a lot more of y'all.
Yeah, I don't think he could get on the Oscar stage and threaten people.
But I would respect him a lot more if he said that.
I understand what you're saying.
Or he got all the Instagram followers, right?
I understand.
Instead of posting "We chose chaos" on his shit,
which was fucked up.
Should have went up there and been like, "Yo, listen. I just want to let y'all know, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, and everybody else, you could get smacked silly too." I'd have respected him more.
Okay.
Instead of all this clown show bullshit.
No, I agree with that.
And my thing is, Will Smith is, and I said this on one of my old pods with Dre, in the fitness pod that we do. Will Smith is way too talented for the shenanigans.
Right.
You're Will Smith. You don't need to do any of this shit. You don't need to jump out of planes. You don't need to create let's get small together challenges. You don't need to be doing none of this shit. You don't need to be on Red Table Talk trying to save this chick's image.
I already said that I think he's going through a midlife crisis, and also maybe these things are just fun for him. He hasn't lived a normal life in decades. Maybe he just wants to do some real regular ass shit. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm not talking about the smack, obviously. I'm talking about all the
None
other
of the
stuff.
stuff that I'm referencing is regular ass shit. And he's not doing it with a selfie cam or a $300 GoPro. He's doing it with his entire production team.
Which is
like the shit looks like a movie.
I hear you, but I don't. Why does that bother you?
Because you're putting on a show.
Everything is a show. He's an actor. That shit is making him money. Are we gonna be mad at him for doing adventurous stuff on camera for money? What I think the distaste is misguided. I just feel like what are we upset about here?
He doesn't. Will Smith don't need to do none of that shit.
He doesn't need to, but he is doing it. So what?
He's a clown.
I mean, you could think he's a clown. I'm not disputing your opinion of whether he's a clown or not. I'm just saying, why is there so much smoke for him making money off of, like he said, he realized that that Instagram was valuable for him. A lot of public figures say the stuff they do on social media is the easiest part of their day. Why not easy money? Why not make easy money? If Facebook is offering you...
I don't have a problem with those things.
Well, then... But
even on that same pod, I said I don't like the shenanigans. I said I give props to him and his team because he said, I'm going to do this 1 year thing with YouTube and I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. And he even got a Fitbit deal out of that shit. I think that is genius. That I don't have a problem with. You want to get fit and get a Fitbit deal and a YouTube deal? That's awesome. That's smart as fuck. All this other shit? No.
I mean, listen,
this nigga makes $35 million a movie.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? You got credits on Cobra Kai, a huge hit show. You have deals with Netflix, deals with Sony. What are you doing?
I just don't understand why it's a problem. Like,
it's shenanigans.
So what?
He's a clown.
He added something else to his repertoire. I don't get why. He's making money off of it.
You think Denzel would do that?
Denzel is a different man.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't like what happened 2 weeks ago. I don't like what he did. I'm not okay with it. I don't like the way he acted like it wasn't a big deal. I don't like the way he tried to be braggadocious about it. I don't like any of that. I thought it was nasty.
More clown
I thought
shit.
It was gross. I thought it was distasteful. I thought it was fucked up that he went up there and he slapped that man over a joke that wasn't even funny. But I don't have a problem with any of the stuff he's doing for money. Like, I guess I just don't care enough. Like, it doesn't matter to me whether he's jumping out of a plane or not and filming it. I don't know. That's not where he was, but that's not what he's known for. That's not what he's doing. And no, he doesn't have to do it. But what if he actually wants to do it? Why does it matter?
Who said he can't do it? He could do it. But he's not just doing it. That's what I'm saying. This is not, hey, I always wanted to do this. I got a GoPro and show, and I'm doing it. This nigga got 22 cameras. It looked like he's putting on a TV show every time.
He is putting on a TV show.
And okay, you're proving that's exactly what I'm saying.
But my point is, I think he's very aware of what he's doing, and I thought we were very aware of what he was doing. I don't think I don't think he's hiding the fact that he's doing this for money. He says so. His social media is his bread and butter. He's very aware of what he's doing. That's what he decided to do. They say you don't have to make a movie in order to create content. You can just create bullshit content or whatever you want to call it, and we'll pay you money for this. You're getting endorsements off of it.
So no integrity, just money?
I mean, there's a lot of people walking around without integrity and making money.
But we're talking about Will right now.
I just don't. I don't see how it lacks integrity. I don't I don't see it that way.
You seen the shit he's done?
No, because I just said I don't really care. Like, I know that he was skydiving and doing things like that.
This nigga's jumping off bridges.
Right, because wasn't it
he's in his underwear going in circles, showing off his fat.
But wasn't it an adventure show that he did or something like that?
It was a challenge, an Instagram challenge.
I thought both him and Jada had Facebook deals, and I thought the show for Facebook was the one where he was doing the skydiving stuff and the whatever else adventurous things he was doing. I thought that
Instagram challenges.
Okay. Well, I did not know they were Instagram challenges. So
even the one Drake made famous, where Drake is sitting on top of some shit.
Oh, he's sitting on top of CN Tower. But was he really sitting on top of CN Tower, or was that superimposed?
But
I'm pretty sure that was superimposed.
That's the type of shit Will's been doing. That.
Even though you can climb CN Tower, I wanted to do it. But
I'm just tired of the clown shit.
Which is fine. I'm not. Listen, I'm just asking. Because it doesn't bother me. So I hear you that it bothers you. It just.
Because you could do all that shit if you want to, but then it don't need to be a show for everybody to see. Like, if you want to go do some shit with your kid.
Why not if somebody offers you money to do it?
Integrity.
Okay.
And let's be real. Will Smith is not getting paid for everything he's doing. A lot of that shit he did so he could get a bag.
But again, I say, for a man who is constantly concerned about, what his next thing is going to be, where his next check is going to come from, do you see that man saying no to that?
That goes back to integrity.
Sure.
And now you want to start being a clown at 50?
I mean, midlife crisis, like I said.
Okay.
I'm not making excuses. I just feel like people do go through that shit. And so it is what it is.
If I was Chris Rock, I would challenge him to a celebrity boxing match, like all these boxing matches that have been going on with random ass basketball players and all these other ones. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. I would challenge him to one of them shits. Yo, in 3 months from today, me and you in the ring. That's it.
And they would never do that.
Who would never do that?
They would never do that.
Will Smith does everything for money, no?
Right, but does he do anything that messes with his face? Because that's a big part of his main job. Please,
come get these. You want to smack niggas, right? All right, I won't press charges, but we got to go 3 rounds.
That is not happening.
Then I'm pressing charges.
And Chris Rock has said, I think this is the only thing that we have not shared yet, but Chris Rock has come out and said, I think yesterday, that he will talk about what happened when his check is cut. So,
and that's a smart man.
Yeah.
And listen, that's some. I'm telling you, Chris Rock is the real man here.
He's all right with me.
He's the real man.
He's all right with me.
Stood there, took the smack, gave the award, didn't press charges, went on tour 2 days later, didn't say shit, kicked niggas out his show for trying to pressure him to say shit.
Even people who spoke about Will, he kicked them out. He kicked everybody out who was heckling.
That's the real man right now.
No, he is absolutely a real man.
That is integrity at its fullest.
And I'm just hopeful that this did not negatively affect his mental health in any way. I hope that this did not cause a setback, because I know that he's been very vocal and very honest recently about his struggles with mental health. And so that was one of the things that I thought about
for Chris.
When Chris Rock, when this happened, because he still was publicly embarrassed on stage. And so that's not to go unnoticed. So I hope he's good. I hope inside he's good. On the outside he seems to be okay, but I hope inside he's doing well and thriving and, talking to his therapist, because that could really, it's still traumatic. Like, that could set him back from where he was and the growth that he has experienced in recent years. So
something that Mr. Kindness wasn't thinking about.
Right. Well, he said, well, this is how I know that Will Smith is full of shit. Let me tell you how I know. Because in his apology that he put on the internet the next day, he said that we live in a world of kindness and love. And I said, what? That's not the world I live in. Yeah. I do not live in a world of kindness and love. Do you?
Nope.
Okay. So I don't know where he got that from. Because, no, who's living there? I mean, I guess when you have millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, you live in a world of kindness and love. But no.
I'm going to call August Alsina and ask him.
I got bills, so kindness and love just, they ain't there yet. But maybe if I was filthy rich, kindness and love would be all around me. You know? Because cash rules everything around me.
Cream.
Get the money. Are you not going to finish? Okay.
Dollar bill, y'all.
And that is our episode. Any last thoughts?
I think I said he's a clown enough.
I think you did. I think I straddled the fence enough.
I honestly, I feel bad for the people who did monumentous things during the Oscars. Yeah. I feel bad for Questlove.
Very much so, yes.
And I think that a lot of things were overshadowed because of this tomfoolery. Mm-hmm. And I hear rumors. It's been publicly said already, mm-hmm. but nothing has been confirmed. They're saying that they are pulling out of contracts and slowing down production on films that Will Smith was involved in, starring in.
Netflix slowed down on some stuff that they were working on with him. Mm-hmm. I think Fox also. Mm-hmm. They were working on something with him, and that's been slowed down as well. Sony, excuse me. Netflix and Sony reportedly place upcoming Will Smith projects on hold.
Yeah.
I don't know if those projects will get canceled. I think they're just delayed. I think some of these companies are just going to let things blow over. And we're not talking about it anymore, and then it's gonna spring up with a new movie. I think, like I said earlier, Will Smith, yes, is a black man, but Will Smith is a black man in a very unique position. And I don't remember who said this, but someone made the point that the thing about people in Hollywood is that they're the only ones like them, right? So no matter who you are, what walk of life you come from, once you've made it to that level, they're all trying to protect each other. Mm-hmm. Which is why we watched a lot of them get up and give him a standing ovation the other day. Some people have publicly spoken out and said that they despise what he did. But for all the ones who didn't, and for all the ones who seem to be supporting him, it's because, a lot of them know they have skeletons in their closets. And it's easier to support someone who's in the inner circle than to shun them. And then when it's their turn, not have that same support. So I think Will Smith will be back. I think that as long as his peers are okay and can sleep at night about what he did, I think he will be back like he never left in no time. Which is not cool, but I think that's just
not. I
just think that's the world we live in, right?
And neither is telling the whole world what Denzel told you over there in the quiet corner.
Right? Because first of all, do y'all know about Denzel? Like, do y'all see Denzel on red carpets? Do you see Denzel? Like, whenever Denzel speaks publicly, that man means business. Denzel doesn't even like for people to say that he's associated with Hollywood. He gets very upset. He's like, what is Hollywood? Hollywood is not even a real thing. He's like, that's just a thing that people say. It's not, Hollywood doesn't exist. Like, he's going very existential himself. But I'm sure he was like, motherfucker, I didn't tell you to go tell the whole world what I just said to you.
Just gonna throw Denzel under the bus. Yeah, Uncle Denzel, he told me.
What? I was pissed at that. I'm glad you brought that up because that upset me. Because I was like, Denzel is not that type of dude. Like Denzel does not want his name put in any of that. Denzel is like, I roll with you, I ride with you, and I pulled you aside and I had a conversation with you. Why the fuck are you saying my name in front of all these people? As if people couldn't see that I spoke to you. They don't need to know what I said.
And then and you gonna roll it up with that bullshit.
Right. A bullshit sandwich.
Word.
A bullshit sandwich.
Try to slide some Denzel in there.
I mean, a lot of people would want a sandwich with Denzel on it. Anywho, this has been a spectacular episode of
Let's Have a Real Conversation.
And I think that's it. We have plenty of other things to talk about, but it's already been an hour and a half, so.
Yeah, that's good enough for now.
Yeah. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We'll see y'all. And if more wild shit happens from the clown car and the circus, we'll update you.
Yeah. And until then, don't forget to do it Big Willie style.
No. I know that's not Big Willie style, but that's the first thing that came to my head.
That's getting jiggy with it.
I know.
No. Come on, let's see you do it.
I can't dance, sorry.
Let's see you do it.
But Lupita can, because at the after party,
she was doing it?
She was dancing with Big Willie.
I would like to have lunch with Lupita.
Oh, you know she got a lot of shit to say. I would like to know
what Lupita has to, because Lupita knows things that we still don't know.
Absolutely. And
I need, especially because they were still kicking it with her after the fact, that means she had the pre, present, and post-mortem. And I need all of that. Because I'm nosy as hell. I want to know.
Oh, you said you wanted to say something about Smackfest.
Oh.
Before we go.
I mean, Smackfest is just the ghetto. That's all I got.
But it's international.
I don't even know what to say. I don't know where to begin. I don't know why people would want to
some of them videos are nuts.
I mean, you got some people vomiting because they can't handle it. You got people stumbling all over like they completely lose their sense of...
Passing out. I saw one that my guy best friend showed me. They had to wake a dude up with smelling salt. He got smacked so hard he passed out. He was just slumped. Niggas had to hit him with the smelling salt.
I mean, but at least the present day Smackfest, they don't look like they're gonna fight afterwards.
Nah.
That Hot 97 shit though.
Oh yeah. Come on. But also, you look who was at Smackfest at Hot 97. It was the hood. Like.
And on that note, thank you for listening.
2 weeks.
Watching. 2 weeks.